It's the night of January 10th, 49 BC. A man is standing at the edge of a small river in northern Italy. It's so narrow you could almost wade across it. There's nothing remarkable about this specific river, and if you walked past it in daylight, you'd never look twice. But Caesar has been standing here for almost a full day, not moving an inch, just looking at the water, because he knows the moment he steps across it with the soldiers behind him, his life changes completely. Cross this stream, and he officially becomes an enemy of Rome, a traitor, and a dead man if he loses. On one side of this river is everything he's ever built. On the other side is the most powerful empire on earth and an army far larger than his own, waiting to eliminate him. Every rational advisor would tell him to turn around. The odds are against him. The smart move, the safe move, the sensible move is to wait. Gather more men. Negotiate and buy time. But Caesar doesn't wait. He says 4 words that will outlive him by 2,000 years. The die is cast, and he steps into the water. And here's the part nobody tells you. By all logic, he should have lost. Outnumbered against all odds, he should have been crushed. Instead, within 3 months, the most powerful man in Rome was fleeing the city, and Caesar hadn't even fought a real battle yet. So how does a man with the worst hand win before the fight even starts? Because Julius Caesar understood one thing about the world that almost nobody does. And once you understand it too, you'll have an unfair advantage everywhere, in business, in war, and in your life. To understand that advantage, you have to go back about 25 years to when Caesar was a nobody. He's a young man crossing the Aegean Sea when pirates capture his ship. Now, getting captured by pirates in the ancient world was a death sentence, or worse, you were sold into slavery or held for whatever your family could pay. The pirates size him up, figure out he's from a wealthy family, and name their ransom 20 talents of silver. The pirates thought that was a high price, but Caesar thought of it as an insult and laughed at them. He tells them the price is too low. He tells them they clearly don't understand who they've captured, and they should demand far more. And then, while he's still their prisoner, still in chains, completely at their mercy, he calmly informs them that the moment he's free, he's going to come back, hunt them all down, and crucify every last one of them. The pirates think this is hilarious. This arrogant rich kid making threats from inside a cage. He spends weeks as their captive, and the whole time he refuses to act like a prisoner. He ordered the pirates to be quiet when he wanted to sleep. He forced them to listen to his poems and speeches, calling them illiterate savages if they didn't applaud. He joined in their games, but constantly warned them that he would return and crucify them all once he was free. The pirates took his behavior as a joke and tolerated him until his associates raised the 50 talents from local cities and secured his release. And then he does exactly what he said he would. He raises a fleet, hunts the pirates down, captures every one of them, and has them crucified, just like he promised, back when he had no power and no reason to be believed. Now stop and think about what's actually happening there. A man with no power, in chains, surrounded by enemies, behaves as if the outcome is already decided in his favor, not as a fantasy, as a plan. And because he behaves that way, the pirates start treating him that way. His boldness didn't just describe his situation, it started to change it. That wasn't luck. That wasn't a one-time thing. That was the operating system. And he ran it for the rest of his life. Fast forward, Caesar is no longer a nobody. He spent 8 years conquering Gaul, what's now France, Belgium, parts of Germany. He's done the impossible over and over. At one point, he surrounds an enemy city while a relief army of 250,000 men is closing in on his rear, and he builds 2 walls, one facing in, one facing out, and fights both directions at once, and he wins. By now he commands legions who would follow him into fire. He's rich, he's famous, he's arguably the most capable man in the Roman world, and that is exactly the problem. Because back in Rome, the Senate is terrified of him. His old ally Pompey, once the greatest general in Rome, has drifted to their side, and together they make Caesar an offer that isn't really an offer. Give up your army, come home alone. Stand trial. Let's be clear about what that means, because the script of this moment matters. If Caesar obeys, he walks into Rome as a private citizen with no army and no protection, into a court run by men who have spent years building a case to destroy him. Obedience means exile or death, so he's trapped. 2 doors. Behind one, give up everything and probably die. Behind the other, march on his own country and become a traitor. Most people, faced with 2 terrible options, freeze. They wait for a third door to appear. They tell themselves that not choosing is safer than choosing. Caesar understood something they don't. When both options are dangerous, hesitation doesn't protect you. Hesitation is just a third choice that lets someone else decide your fate for you. So he goes to the river. And now you understand why he stood at that little stream for almost a full day. He wasn't afraid of the water. He was weighing the entire rest of his life. He'd seen civil war before his own family had been hunted in one. He knew exactly how much destruction was on the other side of that step. But he also knew the math. If he disbanded his army, he was finished. If he crossed, he had a chance. A bad chance, maybe, but a real one. And here's the thing about the man waiting on the other side. Pompey, the great general, the man with the entire republic behind him, was certain Caesar would never be reckless enough to do this. Certain he'd wait for his full army to gather from Gaul first. That certainty is the whole story. Because Caesar didn't wait for his full army. He crossed with 1 legion, under strength, a fraction of his real power. He moved before anyone thought it was possible to move, with far less than anyone thought he needed. What happened next is the clearest lesson in history about what boldness actually does. Caesar moved so fast that the news of him couldn't keep up. Cities surrendered before he arrived, because confusion spread faster than the truth. Nobody in Rome knew he had only 1 weak legion. The rumors said 4 full legions, an unstoppable force. His audacity created a fog, and inside that fog, everyone assumed he was stronger than he was. And Pompey, who had every advantage, more men, more money, the whole republic, did the one thing that destroyed him. He hesitated. He didn't know whether to defend the city, fight in Italy, or run. Conflicting reports kept him frozen. And while he sat there trying to find the safe, perfect, rational move, Caesar took everything. Look at what's actually happening here, because this is the whole point. Pompey had the better hand. On paper, he should have won easily. But Caesar moved and Pompey waited, and the man who moved took control of a situation he should have lost. Within 3 months, Caesar had pushed the most powerful man in Rome out of the entire country, and he'd barely had to fight for it. Not because he was stronger, because he was faster, because he was willing to act before he felt ready, while his enemy was still waiting to feel certain. That's the thing about boldness. It doesn't just make you braver. It forces everyone else to react to you. It takes the initiative away from people who are better positioned than you are, simply because they're waiting and you're not. And here's the part that should sit with you. Pompey wasn't a coward. He wasn't stupid. He was one of the greatest generals who ever lived. He lost because he believed that waiting was the safe option. He believed hesitation had no cost. It had the highest cost of all. Now notice how often your own life has a Rubicon in it. A moment where you're standing at the edge of something and you already know what the bold move is, and you're telling yourself that waiting is the responsible choice. The job you don't apply for because you're not quite ready. The conversation you keep putting off. The thing you'd start if you just had a little more certainty, a little more information, a little more time. Here's what Caesar understood that most people never do. You'll almost never feel ready. The certainty you're waiting for doesn't arrive before the decision. It arrives after it. Caesar didn't cross the river because he was certain. He became certain by crossing. And the waiting, the careful, sensible, rational waiting, feels safe. But it isn't. Every day you wait is a day you've handed your decision to someone else, to circumstance, to chance. Hesitation feels like you're keeping your options open. Usually, you're just letting them close on their own. That doesn't mean be reckless. Caesar wasn't reckless. He weighed that crossing for almost a full day. Boldness isn't the absence of thinking. It's the willingness to act once the thinking is done, even when your stomach is telling you to wait for a guarantee that's never coming. So the real lesson of Julius Caesar isn't about armies. It's this. When you find yourself standing at the edge of your own river, telling yourself that waiting is the safe choice, remember that the man on the other side, the one with every advantage, lost everything because he believed the exact same thing. The die is cast the moment you decide it is. If you enjoy more video lessons like these, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you for watching.